Well, when schoolboy Jack Berne was just 10 years old, he created a Fiver for a Farmer Day, designed to raise funds to support locals on the land who are doing it tough.
Over $2 million has been raised for farmers struggling in the wake of drought, fires, floods and, of course, the pandemic. Now, Jack needs your help once again to support those who work tirelessly to put food on our table each and every day.
And Jack Berne joins us now. Hi, Jack. It's fun looking back at those old pictures.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You're all grown up now. This is the 5th annual Fiver for a Farmer Day. It's just around the corner. Remind us who can take part, how it all works.
So a Fiver for a Farmer Day, we get people to dress up like farmers and bring in $5 for those farmers who are about to go through an awful drought. And anyone can get involved, from your school, your kindergarten, your workplace. We want as many people to get involved as we can.
Yeah.
This is growing so quickly. Over $2 million raised so far. Tell us a bit about where the money's actually going.
Yeah, we've been so fortunate. Since we registered as a charity, we've got to do some really cool things. Recently, we went to Ugara and donated $20,000 worth of toys.
Wow.
And we've just done so many cool things like that. So hopefully this year, with the funds that we receive, we can do more cool things like that.
What was that like, being able to donate toys in that area? Because they were obliterated by the floods, and that people really needed that help.
It was an eye-opening experience. You know, being from the Northern Beaches, I'm pretty lucky and I don't see anything like that. But seeing houses being torn apart, schools being torn apart, it was a lot to take on, but I was really grateful for the experience and happy to see I could put a smile on those kids' faces.
Yeah, so this is you've been doing it the last 4 years, this is now the 5th year.
Yeah.
What's your target for this year, being the 5th year, for the 5th annual Fiver for a Farmer target?
I mean, to get $2 million is probably something I've never imagined. I don't really worry about the target anymore. It's more about the awareness that we're trying to raise now.
Yeah.
So if I can get 1,000 people to dress up, that would mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
And how is that going in terms of raising the awareness? Because you're right, it's not just about the fundraising.
Yeah, I think it's really changed over the years. Like, since starting, I think we've seen a lot more, you know, drought concerts, and through the fires, there's been a lot more awareness to help these people.
You've chatted to some of the farmers and some of the communities. It must be really nice to get some feedback. I take it the feedback's good feedback.
Yeah.
What do they have to say to you, Jack?
They're some of the kindest people you'll ever meet. You know, always a smile on their face, and the way they write to us is just so nice, and we're so grateful for the feedback.
Yeah, Jack, you're just so wise beyond your years. It's amazing to hear your passion when you talk about this. How can people get involved this year if they want to help?
Yeah, so going to fiverforafarmer.com.au, registering, telling your friends to dress up and just be a part of the big day.
Now, before we go, we saw that you made a speech at a TEDx.
Not just any speech, Kyle.
At a TEDx event. This is some serious adult public speaking going on here. Tell us about what it's like to do a TED Talk.
Yeah, it's something I'd never imagined, but it was one of the coolest things I've probably done. You know, the process of learning your speech off by heart, I've never had to do that, and then performing it in front of lots of people. It was so much fun, and I was like so grateful to do it. It was really cool.
Jack, you should be so proud of not just achieving that, but what you've been able to do in the communities too. Tell me, like, for example, when you're in Ugara, like, the difference that, like, just one toy will make to a child that you come into contact with there who's lost everything. Tell me about what that's like for you.
Yeah, the smiles on their faces was just crazy. I was so happy that I was there to witness it. You know, even just giving the kids a couple toys each before giving them the toy voucher, they were just so happy with those little toys, and they were actually going to get way more, which was really cool.
Good on you, mate.
Well, congratulations on all you're doing to raise awareness around this really important cause. You can register now for a Fiver for a Farmer Day. So it's a donation of $5.
Yep.
$5 note. Although we don't really see notes anymore, much do we?
Yeah.
But a Fiver transfer, and it's happening on the 21st of September. Fiver for a Farmer, 21st of September, and we're going to put the link on our website. Congratulations, Jack.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. Keep up the good work.